Hi, pals. This is Party Starters. This is where I get one of my good friends on to talk all things party. And the person who joins me today, I would say probably sits in the middle of being a party starter and a party non-starter. It's Jordan Norris.
Hey, thanks for having me, mate. You're right.
Yeah, I'm quite excited to have you on because I feel like most people don't know your partying ways.
No.
You're quite rubbish.
No, right. I knew you were gonna start with this. This is because you're hardcore.
I'm not hardcore.
So, when we were at Radio 1 together, I was kind of like known for like staying out late. I remember my first big weekend, and I think Scott Mills had to put me to bed. So that set the level. And Scott Mills said, "Oh, you remind me of me when I was younger." And then just as I've got older, because that was years ago.
You do the backdoor boogie quite a bit.
Yes, I do.
You just get out there and don't say goodbye.
I used to be, I don't honestly, like I say it all the time, I'd easily be 2-3 o'clock and then I'd get up and crack on and go again. I used to, when I was in local radio, I used to be out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now I couldn't do it if you pay me. So I was out on Saturday at a festival at Hoopla.
Yeah.
I was dead yesterday. I had to go for a swim just to try and sort myself out. And it's a Monday at the time of recording and I am
Dead.
still, I don't know how you do it.
When I was on early breakfast, I didn't. Like,
Yeah.
I cut my social life completely. I didn't even go for dinner, because even going for dinner, like, it would still be like a 9 p.m. finish and whatnot. But then it was just the weekends, I would do the opposite. Of rather than getting up at 3 o'clock, I'd be DJing at 3 o'clock. So it's just like, I've just felt so tired all the time. But I think I've got better as I've got older.
I look up to you. I admire you. When we go out to Ibiza and stuff, I'm just like, because we'll go out and then I'll need a day to recover and you'll be like, where are you? Come on! I'm like, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. She's like, come on!
You were meant to come and see me at Ants and you let me down because
Yeah,
we all
what-
went out the night before to see Calvin, didn't we? And then you just couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I knew you'd not forget that.
No, I don't hold a grudge. It was about 4 years ago and I still haven't forgotten about it. Would you say you're a party starter?
No.
I
You're a
wouldn't.
party starter.
Do you think?
Yeah, you definitely get a party started. I'm like, I'll see how it goes. So if we're out and then people are on about going somewhere else,
Yeah.
or going back to someone's house, I'll sound it out. I'll never suggest it.
Nah.
I'm not a party starter. Does that make me boring?
No, you used to, I think you used to prop up Freedom Bar quite a bit, didn't you, in Soho? A Freedom Bar or no?
Which is Freedom Bar.
The one that has like a 4 a.m. license. It's the one that everyone goes to when like Soho House and all
This is
that
the
closes.
thing as well. So I don't know the names of any, because I can't remember the names of any bars, any restaurants we go to. When
You
we
even missed my wedding.
Yeah.
That was the biggest party.
that was the best party. I had to work for that, didn't I?
Bless you though. You were like, can I still come to the pool party the next day? And I was like, yeah, of course
So
you can.
I came on the Friday, didn't I?
Yeah,
'Cause
you
I
got the
was
first flight
just
out.
started on Capital. It was like
Yeah.
2 weeks. So it'd be nearly a year ago, wasn't it?
It has been over a year, yeah.
Happy
Yeah,
anniversary.
thanks. Someone messaged me on the radio and was like, oh my God, I'm getting married in Ibiza this year. And I was so upset because it was like in January, whereas the previous January, that's when we were really getting into like sorting the party.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun
That was the
planning it. But this girl was like, I'm getting married in Ibiza this year. And I was like, oh, so annoyed.
That was one of the best weddings I've ever been to. If not,
Aw.
it was so good. But yeah, where was it? We went for Sunday dinner with Vic. I can't remember the name of that. So I never remember the names of. So if you're going to ask me what club and stuff,
I think that was a good little. So we went to go for like a Sunday lunch and
what was it
we
called?
found it's Ham Yard Hotel. They had a little like jazz
That's it.
quartet in the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah, that's right.
Although it was more just like a guy and a guitar. Actually, I was expecting like string
Yeah,
quartet.
it
but
was really nice, wasn't it?
it was lovely.
Can't remember the name of it anywhere, so I'll try my best today. Good
Do
luck.
you remember the first ever party you went to, like a birthday party when you were a kid or something?
Yeah, so when I was younger, my mum and dad were always at parties because in the army there was a big drinking culture. So they have what they call the mess. So
Yeah,
there's
I've been to a fair few. No,
I bet you have.
I went to the Falklands, of course.
Really?
Yeah, to dance. You used to go out. I used to be a dancer, didn't I? And
Yeah.
you go out to the trips, so like pop stars and that. We went out to like dance with the troops there, and it's like one of the only places where you have the RAF, the Navy, and the Army in one place. And so every night we were hosted by a different mess.
Yeah. So
I actually got in trouble for sneaking to a different mess.
Yeah, they don't like that.
No.
Apparently. So there's corporal's mess, sergeant's mess, and officer's mess.
Yeah.
And we were always in sergeant's mess when I was younger. So on the Sundays, they used to do a family day. It's just where all the parents used to get pissed. And they'd put a bouncy castle up and we'd just run riot. And they were like the first parties I remember. And then there'd always be none of us went to, if there was a family mess on, None of us went to school on a Monday. It
Really?
was so bad. And my brother was like, my brother said it, and my mum like, no idea. I always got you up. No matter how hungover we are, we always went to school. I'm like, no. If there were a mess due on a Sunday, we never went to school on Monday. And then it was, there'd always be an after party. So you'd go back, and I just remember being like asleep on chairs or on some coats, and everyone just parents getting pissed.
Singing away to the music. What was the music? Can you remember?
Probably some like
Rod Stewart.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like proper 90s music. Be like
Simply Red.
Yeah, people. And you'd always known if my dad had been out the night. I always say on a Saturday morning when my mum was tidying the house, she'd always put certain songs on. So she always had like Whitney Houston, Lighthouse Family, M People, Seal, that kind of thing. Gabrielle. And if she had Whitney Houston on it always meant she was pissed off from her dad. So it was empowering. She'd be like,
really?
all men are bastards, Joe. Don't you be like this when you're older. She'd be there with Hoover on, hair tied up. Whitney Houston.
Do you remember your first birthday party?
Yeah, I was probably about 5 or 6. It was in Burnley because we actually lived there then, and it was like a proper 90s party, like pasta parcel wrapped in newspaper. All the sandwiches were open.
What
do you remember?
mean?
They'd put your mum and her friends would make butties, but they'd be on like an open
plate.
No, so instead of putting one top of each other, they'd be like on a bap, but it'd be like a spread on a bap, but
That
open.
must be a Burnley thing.
No, it were like sort of big tuna, egg mayo,
But just
cheese and
open?
but open, so there'd be more.
I love the egg mayonnaise sandwich.
Yeah,
It's my favourite.
And there were always those. Do you remember those head jugs with the cheese?
Yeah.
The cheese and pickles
Yeah,
and stuff.
the wee sticks. But I never liked the pickle onion, but now that's my favourite part of that.
See, I never liked the what did he do? They did it with
Pineapple.
hot dogs. Yeah, I never liked the pineapple, but that's my favourite now.
Too sweet. You do like a picky tea though. I mean, you've made it your brand now.
Well, and I have become an ambassador for Marks and Spencer's because of it. And I was like, we got there in the end. I do love a picky tea.
You do.
Tea.
I think you rated mine 8 out of 10 and I was fuming.
You were fuming.
I was fuming.
It was a bit of crisp on a bloody plastic
No,
plate.
it was a Sunday night and I was just severely hungover and I was like, actually, this is quite nice. There was little sun-dried tomatoes. There was some olives, a very Mediterranean version. You went 8 out of 10.
I think I'd give it less than that, maybe. Was it an 8
7 out of 10?
Maybe 7
Maybe I forced you to make it an 8 out of 10 so I wouldn't come back
I
at
used
you.
to rate picky teas on Twitter, but nobody sends them me anymore, so I don't bother.
Aww, shall I get the violins?
Yeah, go on. I love a picky tea.
What's the best party you've ever been to?
The best party I've ever been to, I'm not just saying it, and I'm never nice to you, but it's when you first took us out to Ibiza.
Ah, really?
Yeah, it was the best. I'm going to class that whole weekend as a party.
You were so naive to how things work in Ibiza. Like you just turned up with these you're like a rabbit in the headlights. You're like, so what happens? I'm like, so we're gonna go to the Ushuaia first, see Calvin Harris.
You got us in everywhere. Go on.
Yeah, you like Glitterbox, didn't you? Although you didn't stay out.
You stayed Glitterbox, and then we went. Where else did we go? Hi.
Yeah. Well, that's where Glitterbox is.
Yeah.
Oh, did you come see me at Get on the Friday? Yeah, because you went to Calvin first, and you all came over.
But I always say you spoiled us because we didn't have to queue or anything like that. You sorted us right out.
It is funny because not that you get used to it, but because of obviously working in all the clubs and whatnot. When it comes to a festival where I'm not paying, people can you get us tickets? I'm like, no, you just have to buy them yourself. Yeah. There's an element of being like, oh no, I've got to use the normal toilets. Because I'm so used to the actual portaloos that have the bleach that flash and it's not the long drops that Glastonbury, and you go to Glastonbury, you're like, right, I've got to get in amongst it.
Yeah, it was the best. You proper sorted us out. I can't thank you enough for it. And I'd say that was the best part of it.
That was your first ever Ibiza, wasn't it?
First ever Ibiza. We were on the boat as well.
Yeah. Oh my God, do you remember how ill I was?
You were really ill.
So there's two things.
You come round so quick.
Well, there was so there was two things because I got really burnt on the Saturday. We went out in the boat on the Sunday and I got really burnt on the Saturday and we couldn't tell if it was sunstroke or not. But basically, we were on this really lovely boat and I got, shall we say, a dicky belly, shall we say. But on a boat, you can't put toilet paper down the toilet.
I remember this.
So I was in the lower deck in a world of pain thinking, how the fuck do I get rid of this loophole? Everyone's going to see I've had quite a situation going on. And then I just had to lie down because I was sweating. Do you remember we were at the really nice, we went to Formentera, we went to this really lovely restaurant on the island and I was just sat there sweating and trying not to shit myself.
It's the most I think everyone in Ibiza has been there. It's the most beautiful food and you didn't have anything. I think George was knowing you, just kept going, you're what, babe? You're
Yeah,
what?"
he just kept
that was
going,
his
"You
way of-
okay?" And then he'd just see me like skulk off to the toilet, and he was like, "I'm gonna like be there for about 15 minutes."
Was that on the Saturday?
No, it was on a Sunday before we went to Glitterbox, but then I think I still came to Glitterbox that night.
You came round.
But yeah, God.
I was like, oh, you need a Diora light. You need a Diora.
Yeah, I think we got some in the end.
yeah.
Got a rehydration tablet, and then it was done. It was fine.
Best part, because when you've never been to Ibiza before, it's exactly how you imagined it.
Is
up
it?
there.
Yeah.
'Cause it was just. It was
And now
so
you've got the
good.
bug, you're gonna go back in
I go
summer.
every year now.
Yeah.
No, I've seen you in August.
Yeah.
I get it, because I used to think, oh, what's the hype? Why does everyone love it? And now I'm like,
In like a pin.
doing DJ gigs in Haven Caravan Park to afford a place out there. Hey, don't. Honestly.
Did you actually?
I got booked last year for Haven Caravan Park. I did 2. I felt like Beyonce when I come off stage. Honestly.
Do you remember?
Me and Ariella got a thing. She's a proper DJ. I start my set with the Fratellis.
Do you remember we did a prediction on the radio, and I was like, Jordan's got a DJ gig this weekend. What are we predicting he's going to play? And everyone was just like, Fratellis, Fratellis, and then Not 19 Forever by the Quintinas.
yeah.
And I messaged, I was like, this is what everyone said your set list is going to be. And you were like, yeah.
And I literally sent you, I send you a picture
Yeah.
of my set list, and it was all.
And then you like spin back Fratellis, so you played it twice.
Yeah.
Wheel up.
And I always, and I predict a riot and stuff. But yeah, so when I do these gigs now, I always think, you're a proper DJ. And I'm like, I'll do these gigs and I'll pay for my place in Ibiza.
Have you ever done the Farmers AGM?
Yeah, I did. I was meant
Mad.
to do it this year, but I was at a wedding.
They are wild because it's really young. It's like farmers, because they obviously are all quite isolated and separate. It's like the one time they get together, don't they? But I didn't know the whole thing about Nelly the elephant. Do you know?
Yes, they told me to play it.
Well, I didn't have it, and the guy was like, "You've got to play it. Like they'll go mad." And I was like, "What do you mean? Like you have to play Nelly the elephant?"
really?
And then so the guy, luckily he was on before. He was like, "Oh, let me do it," like because he was the expert, of, like the farmers AGM, and he was like, "Let me do." He played it, and they just went mad. And then they gave me the CO2 gun. was
And
asking me to like.
I knew it was wild because I was there and I come in, I was like, I went, you've put straw down because the farmers, huh? And the guy was like, no, it's because they piss and shit and are sick everywhere. You don't notice where I was DJing, he was like, literally, they just piss and shit and sick everywhere. No. And I was like, I thought he was joking. He's like, honestly, it's easier to put straw down. And I thought, oh, because they're young farmers. So they had straw all over the dance floor.
I just remember them being really young, and like there was like two, like they were definitely like teenagers, and they were just snogging in the front row whilst I'm like banging out like 8 tracks off of my head.
They're the best gigs.
They are funny. I wanted to do the Blackpool one because they do it in the Blackpool Ballroom, I think, where they do Strictly.
What they call it now is because it's been banned. They're not allowed to call it the official AGM or something. So it's like
an offshoot.
Yeah.
Like a fake one.
They cause so
the
much.
B-Tech version.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Basically.
What's the worst party you've ever been to?
Oh, there's so many. Honestly, I'm going to be on it. Like, it's usually one of these, like, and I'm not going to tell, it's like usually one of these celeb show busy ones.
Yeah.
I don't bother going to them anymore, but
nah.
when I first got out, I'm a Celeb, the cast, I was like, oh, I'll go to these. They're so shit.
You go to the opening of an envelope.
It literally was.
Because everyone's seen you chunder on TV.
Exactly. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And I just don't, because they're not. And it's always like, the atmosphere's not right.
It's always really
Some
weird.
people love it.
People like kind of looking over your shoulders, not really looking at you because they're trying to see who else is in the room and who they can have a conversation with. I just hate the small talk now. Like, I just haven't got time for the small talk. I've got to an age where I'm just like, I don't want to go because I get mad social anxiety because I'm like, I'm just going to have to stand there on my own and then I'll bump into someone who I kind of know through the industry and then have a really weird, awkward conversation for about 50 minutes and then we'll run out of conversation and then it'll happen again to the next person. And I'm just a bit like, and then there's always that thing of like, oh, what are you doing? You don't do TV anymore. And I'm like, yeah, I chose not to do TV. Like, I wanted to like focus on DJ.
Yeah.
But they almost like see it like a failure and like almost like spend my time justifying my actions. Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
I know, and they'll say things like, oh, I love what you do. And it's like, you do. Oh, I couldn't think of anything
there's like
worse.
an edge of like disingenuous like like element, isn't there?
So they're usually, but then, because like, I'm lucky enough to work on some TV shows. I've been to some rap parties. They're
great.
Some aren't though.
Yeah.
Some are crap. Some are proper crap.
The Love Island ones were always good.
They were meant to be
when
really
we used to
good.
After Sun, and they'd always have a good little rap party.
Never did the I'm Celeb one because we were in COVID. And
Oh yeah, of course, because you do Wales.
Yeah.
How funny.
So
Are you a bit mad about that you never got to go?
No, because at the time I didn't like flying, so I was like happy not to go out to Australia. But they were meant to be legendary. But the Saturday night takeaway one they were.
I
always
bet
good.
that's good crack.
They were really good, actually. They were good. But I went to one recently and I was just like ducked out. Said I'm just going for a fag. That's what I do, and then jumped straight in a taxi.
Back to a biggie.
Yeah, you know it.
We're gonna build your ultimate party now.
Yeah.
I'm quite intrigued about this because I just don't think there's gonna be much glitz or glamour.
No.
Because they're like, we've had parties before where like Jack Remington wanted a party on the moon and he brought them into Lisbon. It was like, because anything could go. But I don't feel like you're going to be like that. I feel like you're going to... Let's start it. First of all, where's your ultimate party going to be?
Yeah, honestly, I'd be back home.
Yeah.
So it'd be in Lancashire somewhere.
Yeah.
And maybe like around Preston or Burnley where I used to go out because I could get all my mates and I know they'd be up for it. And I love it now when I go back home and it's like someone's 30th or someone's christening.
And they've got the social club booked out.
Yeah. So it'd probably be like, I went to my mate's christening, not my mate's, his son's christening. I was godfather. Didn't even know how old the kid were or anything. I'm terrible. And they booked out...
Do you know his name?
Yeah, it's Harrison. Good. But they booked out the Finney, a local pub that we used to go in, and that was class.
Yeah. Day drinking. All
Day
your mates.
drinking.
So you're going to be in the Finney?
Yeah. I'd be in like one of my local pubs or like a social...
Do you have a Guinness? Are you a Guinness drinker?
Yeah, I'd love a Guinness.
You do like a Guinness.
Definitely.
So we've got Guinness on tap, local pub. You could have cheese and pineapple.
It'd be like a proper
Picky tea.
buffet. Picky tea.
What is actually on your like dream buffet? As someone who's like the king of picky teas.
So
Like,
there's a difference between a buffet and a picky tea.
right.
A picky tea can be anything you want. It's what the imagination leads you to. It can be whatever's left in the
So
fridge.
seriously.
Whatever's in the freezer, that's a picky tea. A buffet's planned.
Yeah.
But buffet's old school. I want vol au vent, sausage rolls, Scotch
Sausage
eggs.
rolls
I
always
want,
have to be
like,
there.
all that
I always find
food.
the Scotch eggs like
They
dry.
go stale, don't they?
Yeah, really quickly. Like then they're like the crusty, like the covering always
Yeah.
goes a bit stale really quickly, like the breadcrumb like covering.
You've got to get into them first, straight away. But
I
I'd have
feel
a
like-
hot selection as well.
What's on the hot
Like
selection?
pie and peas, that kind of thing. Hot pot, pie and peas, chili.
Pie and peas.
Yeah. And I know people probably listening to this or watching and rolling
What
their eyes
pie?
going, we get it, you know them, but genuinely this would be my ideal party. What pie? Meat and potato.
Meat potato.
Yeah, meat and potato pie.
So is it just meat and potato in it?
Yeah, it's like you get them from Greg's, you get them from Oddies in Burnley.
Do you? We in Scotland has a macaroni pie, which is great. So the Greggs in Scotland do the macaroni pies because all the bakeries there used to do it, and then Greggs came in, and then it was like just such a need for that. And Scotch pie, have you had that?
No, what's that?
Scotch pie is like really heavily minced like meat, and it's just like solid meat. In like kind of round pie.
That sounds
That's
really
what you have at the footy there, macaroni pie. Or when I played at Hampden Stadium, my friend was so like she knew that she wanted to have a macaroni pie, so she snuck them into Hampden Stadium so they could all sit and have a macaroni pie whilst I'm bash out the chins on stage. It was,
Eating a pie at the
yeah,
same
just
time.
literally she was handing them out. I was like, does someone have macaroni pie? She's like, yeah, bought them from the local bakery. So you're in back home, Lancashire. We've got Guinness on tap. We've got buffet, hot and cold selection. What is there going to be a DJ or any sort of entertainment?
There'd be a DJ, but it'd have to be like a proper wedding DJ. So yeah, like it'd be all the classics because you want to get the mums up and the dads as well. It's basically like a wedding, but not the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I'd also probably have a singer on as well.
What, like a tribute act?
Yeah.
Who would you have?
Well, there's one round Spain where my mum and dad live,
Right.
called Rob Stewart.
Rob.
And my mum and dad say, he's more like Rod Stewart than Rod Stewart. And I'm like, well, he ain't, is he? So it'd be like a funny tribute.
Do you know what?
act.
When my mum's in Spain, there's a guy who's a really good Rod Stewart
Yeah,
tribute. I wonder if it's the same one. He just flies between all the costs.
Your mum and dad aren't, your mum's not far,
Yeah,
is
they're
she?
in Torrevieja.
Yeah.
Well, you're Almeria.
Yeah.
You're Almeria. How'd you
That's
say
right.
it?
Almeria.
Almeria.
So they're on that way. So,
And then weirdly, my friend was out in Marbella, and then they got a picture with the Rod Stewart tribute. So I wonder if this guy who just like goes around all the holiday resorts.
could actually be Rod Stewart, maybe.
I don't know. I think I've seen Rod Stewart in action, and I've seen Rob Stewart, and I think there's a big difference.
Yeah. money-wise as well.
We actually got the #1 George Michael tribute act for one of my friend's hen do, Chloe's hen do. This guy, like, I sent him a really beggy message because he's quite expensive. Because back in the day when George Michael was still around, he saw this pub and it's just like the #1 George Michael tribute act. And he was like, he said to his tour party's crew, he's like, should we go in and see it?
No,
Surprise. He
I love
goes
stuff
into this
like
pub.
this.
And he was so impressed by this guy. He looks like him. He sings exactly like him. And he said, can I hire you? And he would hire him to do like, you know, like when he has to turn up and do like a public thing, and he would actually be his tribute act and not him.
Shut
He
up.
started hiring him for stuff. So then he became really well known. Rob Labratini, he's fucking amazing. But he was too expensive for us. We couldn't afford him for that. So I sent him a really beggy message on Instagram and I was like, my mate is the #1 George Michael like fan, and she's paid to see you like 1,000 times. Like, what is there any way you could get to his hen do on this day, and we can do it the day you could go to another gig that night? Da, da, da. And he turned up, and she was so muggy with me because like we got into the room and we kept the whole thing a surprise. And so I like did. He's like, right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on Faith, and he's like, I'm gonna like you start it. Well, I guess it would be nice if I could. And he's like, and then I'll come in and be like, well, yeah, like this, right? So I get them
Who's
all
coming in?
in.
Lulu. That sounded like that sounded like Lulu. Whee! Go on.
That's just me and my singing tone. But he was like, I'll come in on that note, right? And like totally surprised us. So I get them all in. Everyone's got the Choose Love t-shirts on. And I was like, right, surprise. You're going to do an 80s karaoke and I'm going to kick it off. And Chloe, no word of a lie, looked at me and she was like, like fuming, like absolutely fuming. She was like, oh, here we go. Ariel taking all the attention again. So I started, I'm like, well, I guess it would be nice if, and we got the video of him when he comes in and he does the note. And she's like she can't even believe, like she's like ready to burst. And she's like that, runs up to him and she's just like in his face. And he's like, do you want to sing with me? Because she's so like obsessed.
That's
with,
class.
and she gets on, she nails every single word with him, and he absolutely loved it. It was honestly tribute acts at Hindu, best thing ever.
How much was he charging?
I mean, there was about like 15 of us, and I think I can't remember. It was about 100 quid each. It's a lot, but we were like, actually,
He's the best.
it's worth. And she actually runs a Hindu concierge company, Cluck Hindu parties. And so we got like the workshop, we did like a flower crown thing workshop, and then a hula hooping workshop, which was brilliant. Sounds crap, but getting up and everyone just an Aperol spritz in each hand, learning how to hula hoop in the garden, with the tunes on, was brilliant.
That's my that's my thing. Mine would be an Elvis tribute act. I love Elvis. Elvis or Elton John.
What era of Elvis?
Probably
Like the white Vegas years.
1970s. Don't get me. It was, I'm a bit obsessed with Elvis, and I've got a picture of him in my downstairs bathroom. So I've got, and
Such a strange
I
human being.
I think he's class. And you look at pictures of Elvis when he was younger, even when he was older, and he was so handsome.
Yeah.
But it'd probably be Elvis.
You're such a nana.
I am. Elvis or Elton John.
Most people, like I had, do you remember Jesse Spencer in EastEnders? Like he was a poster on my wall, like Usher, you've got fucking Elvis.
Not when I was younger.
Who was on your wall? Spice Girls?
Probably. And loads of wrestlers as well.
What?
Yeah. She says a lot. Like The Rock and Triple
Yeah.
H.
Oh, you don't like that now, do you?
Yeah, I still watch clips. I don't watch the new stuff because it's on Netflix now and I've seen bits of it, but I'm on loads of accounts on Instagram that I follow and I just send them to my brothers. Of the
algorithm.
And it looks so fake now, but when I was younger...
They
I'd be
earn a
watching
fortune,
them.
apparently.
My
Like,
dad would be there with a can of beer going, load of shite this. Look, they're not even hitting each other. Like, shut up, let me watch it. Yeah.
he'd prefer you to watch actual boxing or UFC
Probably.
or something.
Yeah, I'd be like, this is way better. It's the drama.
Just fake chairs being knocked over
They
heads.
were real chairs. They've got proper injuries. But yeah, it was... Maybe get some wrestling tribute acts on, actually. That'd be fun. Yeah.
This is the most strange part of it. So we've got
You'd
Elvis.
love it.
I would love it,
You
to be
would.
fair. Like George, my partner, he's quite interesting because there's a part of like my family where like that's what we do when we go in Glasgow. It's like the social club, there's someone's christening or whatever. And there's a part of him, he just looks at it, he's terrified. It takes him about like 10, 15 minutes to warm up and then he dives in.
Life and
But he
soul.
tries to be a right snob about it before because he's from like Marlow. So he's like, oh no, we go to the place. There's a bakery, right? There's a place in Marlow and they all call it burgers. And I went there and I was like, it's just burgers. It's called burgers, but because it's Marlow, they call it burgers. And I'm like, you are so like trying to be like something else here. Because rowing down the water and
Yeah.
everything. And there's like burgers in the corner. I'm like, it's actually just called burgers. Will you just admit that it's called burgers?
In your accent, that is so funny. It's burgers.
It's just burgers. So we're in, was it Lancashire?
Yeah, we'll say Lancashire. And then it'll be in like a proper social club where you can
When
hire out
does it
a room.
start? Like 12 o'clock?
No,
the
it's let's say 7 p.m.
And we having a lock-in after?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've got fake Elvis Presley tribute act or Rob Stewart, maybe both.
Yeah.
And wrestlers
Wrestlers and a DJ at the end.
and a
of the
really
night.
shit DJ.
Just playing ABBA and all the bangers. You're never too cool for ABBA.
One of my cousins legit hates ABBA, and then she worked at Mamma Mia. We made her watch it one Christmas, and now she's a massive fan.
Yeah, you're never too cool for ABBA. That's all I'd
I
say.
feel like you've definitely been to ABBA Voyage.
I've not
you
done it
not?
yet. No.
I
I've been to
haven't
Mamma
either.
Mia. I've really, but in it closing soon.
Well, apparently they're going to make a Spice Girls one. Sold.
Really?
Yeah, but I just want the Spice Girls to get back together just once, all 5 of them, for the Legend of Slaughter at Glastonbury.
Back every other year. This
No,
back.
they're not. They haven't been together since 2018. I went. Wembley Stadium. It was amazing.
Yeah, but didn't they get back before that as well?
I saw them the first time round in Glasgow. I was about 10, and we all thought that Ginger was going to wear the Scotland flag dress. Like, we were like obsessed with it. And so let's
Should have done.
and she didn't.
Oh, she should
But
have
I got one made from a Hindu, didn't I? So they made
Yes.
me a Scotland, the
was
Scottish
class.
Spice. That was wicked.
Didn't mum make that dress or something?
It was her sister. It was a tablecloth. It was
Yeah.
it was a tea towel, and she made it that night. And she just sewed it onto a dress, and it was like obvious. It's gone on to be like, hasn't it been sold to like museums, like millions of pounds and everything. Yeah, went to Spice Girls exhibition as well. That was amazing. They had the actual Spice Bus outside.
Yeah,
I've met 3 now. Have I met 3? Mel C, Mel B, and Emma.
when we went to the Brits party, they're always good parties.
No, they are good parties.
They're always good
yeah.
parties. Some, yeah. I went to but the one
You
took
went
me
to the rubbish one this year.
I went to the rubbish
It's quite
one.
corporate, whereas
Well,
I-
you never know. Some years there's always one that's like going off, but you were DJing after or before Mel C, I think. That was like 2018, 2019, I think. That was a good party.
It was before lockdown. That was a good one. But no, the one from LC was the year before that.
Mm.
And she said, God, yeah, you were wasted. And I was like, fucking hell. Like, I don't know if I should be like happy about this or not, but I was. So.
I know you never wait. Like, we're all pissed, but I've never seen you.
Oh, no, you don't have to carry me out of a party.
No.
I know when to, like, I know when I need to stop.
You're
Because,
never embarrassing.
No,
No.
I do go quiet, which George finds very weird.
Yeah.
He's like, I've never said this to you before, Errol, but please, will you speak? So I just go a bit mute, and then he's like, right, time for her to go home.
Time to go.
So we've got a lock-in. Who is going to be there? Who's on the guest list?
Who would I have? I'd have friends from back home.
Yeah,
Definitely home schoolmates.
yeah.
And then
Who's on the door? Your mum?
Yeah, Wendy'd be on the door. She'd make sure.
Would she be good?
Yeah, she'd be very good.
Who'd be the first person to get kicked out?
Oh, probably my youngest brother, Bradley. Yeah.
Why?
Because his party tricks to get naked and take his leg off. So he's got one leg, and like even to the point where at my
He's naked and then take his leg off.
just goes naked bar because they're in the army. So in the army, if you shout naked bar, everyone has to get naked, and the last person to have the clothes on has to buy a round of drinks.
Oh my
So
God.
he shouts naked bar, and it to a point where at my uncle's funeral, when he was naked at the wake, and people were drinking cider out of his leg, it was like, not sure this is normal, what normal families do. So he'd definitely be the first to get kicked out. He's a nightmare.
So what, you can drink out of his leg?
Yeah, he's got one leg, so he takes it off and
And he uses it like a goblet.
yeah, basically it's his party trick, and he always takes it off. He's so funny as well. Yeah.
How does he discover that as a party trick?
Well, he got his leg amputated in 2018. So he had cancer. He had a tumor in his knee most of his childhood, he had like, it's a rare one called osteosarcoma. And then his leg was never quite right after the operation. Then it came back a few times, the cancer and stuff. And he just decided in 2018, he's like, I'm going to have it off.
Yeah.
It might have been 2018. It could have been, yeah, it was. And then, he's such a good sport. He's great at a party. You want him at a party. And I just remember him once taking it off and drinking out of it. And it's kind of become a little family tradition now.
Like at any sort of like wedding, christening, wet the baby's head.
The funniest thing as well, because these days sometimes he forgets to charge it, so he has to bring his charger with him. So I'll go into a pub and meet him before a Burnley game, and you'll be like, I'll walk in, there'll be a leg on charge in the corner. It's the most Burnley thing you've seen. The best one was he was on a stag do at the Lake District. Right. And he'd lost his leg, so he's like hopping around for 2 days.
How do you lose it?
He just lost it. And then on the last day, he went up to reception, like someone had lost the phone. He went, someone's not handed a leg in by any chance, have you? And the girl behind reception went, oh yeah, someone did a couple of nights ago. And I was like... But he'd definitely be kicked out first.
He needs to put an air tag on it, so you can always find it.
Or a little alarm, little bleeper.
So Wendy's on the door, would she be good at telling people your name's not down, you're not getting in, or would she be like dead friendly and have everyone come in?
She'd start off, she'd be like, oh, come in. Like summertime ball tickets for Capital. She's like going, anyone that walks past me in the street, she's like, yeah, our George will sort you out. I'm like, I'm only allowed 4. She's like, Debbie wants to come down with, and I'm like, honestly. So she'd probably let everyone in, but then she'd kick them out if they were getting too leery.
Is your dad a big party animal?
No, so he'll just sit drinking pints, and he'll be with lads. He just gravitates to lads. He likes to think he's one of the boys, telling his war stories or something like that. You're like, we're in Northern Ireland, right? There were 2 of them, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. I've heard all the same stories.
So, is he a joker? Like you? Yeah. Is that where you get all your dad jokes from?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
is it the same jokes over and over that you hear
over and
all
over
the time?
again, and you hear him. But yeah, he loves a drink, and he gets wild. He's known to get naked as well too, which is
what is it with the naked thing?
probably not appropriate, especially if I've got my mates up from London. So London. Yeah.
Do you have to like pre-warn them?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But when they come down here, everyone loves them.
Yeah.
When we take them out and stuff.
I bet you are. Good chat. I mean, there's not much to like break down from your party. We've got the tribute acts, we've got the wrestlers, we've got your local, you've got Guinness on tap, you've got a hot and cold buffet selection, Wendy's on the door, your brother's getting kicked out first. That's it.
It's just proper, like, when you really look forward to, when you work back home and it's someone's 40th.
Yeah.
And you just know it's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
And you
like a good wedding.
Proper good, and it's not expensive, and it'll just be and everyone will be pissed.
Yeah.
Proper pissed.
Someone will get like a 5-drink spilt on them, all that.
There'll be a fight in car park as well. Like, you kind of look forward to it. I genuinely, and I'm not just saying this, like, when I moved down here and then started getting invited to weddings down here, I found it shocking that there were no fights at weddings. And I say it on radio, I'd come back from a wedding, and I went, oh yeah, there was a massive brawl on car park. And I put a fade down, and the producer went, oh, that's funny. Was there a brawl? I went, yeah, I'm not making it up.
Not making it up.
So
it's not for the drama.
Not that I'd get involved, but like just a little
scrap.
Not a proper scrap, but like, just
proper argument, like 2 pissed.
Yeah, there's all be an argument.
So and so's offended so and so. Yeah, with some comment.
Yeah.
Well, that's your ultimate party.
Is that my ultimate party? Has anyone else picked that before?
No, mostly there's like beach clubs and like Beyonce's on the decks, and we've got sushi and
an Elvis tribute act.
You've got an Elvis tribute act and WrestleMania like knockoffs.
But this is why I know we're friends, because you take me to all these cool clubs and you proper look after me in Ibiza, and you do, but you'd also fit right in. You would love it.
We did go out the other day and I was like, should we just go for a pint in a pub?
We did.
Yeah.
We did, and we had a Guinness.
Yeah. You had a Guinness. I'm not very good with Guinness. I only tried it for the first time, didn't I, last year? But I always said I wanted my first Guinness to be in Dublin, and it was amazing. But it just makes you so full.
It is like drinking.
It's like having a meal. So you can't, like, I have one and I'm like, full. But someone told me it makes boys fart, so I just swerve it.
That's a sad.
And like the Guinness farts are like disgusting, apparently.
Guinness poos as well.
Oh my God, what?
If you've been on Guinness all week, I'm sorry to be crude, but it's fully black.
Ew! Yeah. What, from the Guinness?
It's just a big black tears. And it's horrific. And you're like, fucking hell.
Bloody hell.
If you've been on it all week, it's been a while, but if you've been on it all weekend like I used
Oh,
to.
God.
But a lot of people don't know as well, it's my, it's only my winter drink.
All right. What's
So-
your summer drink?
Lager. So I've like, round about this time, at the time of recording, it's June.
Not an Aperol Spritz.
And I do love an Aperol, but I've switched over to lager. And then
Right.
round about October time, I go to Guinness.
You got Guinness.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Because you don't want a Guinness in the sun.
No, because imagine that getting warm. It's disgusting. It's like a warm.
Thick.
I hate a Bloody Mary in the sun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember ordering one in Ibiza on the beach, and it got hot so quickly. And warm tomato juice is not the one.
No, that's true.
So just spritz or a Moscow Mule,
Yeah.
or just Cava Sangria.
It's like a Baileys. You never have a Baileys in the summer, would you?
No, but I do like a tequila rose in the summer.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a summer drink.
In high, when I used to finish my DJ sets, I didn't drink before it, but I always like have a drink after. And I kept asking the guys, and they had like their backstage bar. I was like, "You don't have tequila rose," and they actually bought it in for me, like secretly, because they were just like sick and tired of you asking for tequila rose.
We were doing shots of it last year in Ibiza. Where
It's amazing.
backstage,
It's just like strawberry milkshake,
yeah,
isn't it?
we were doing
but you
loads.
just don't know. Like you suddenly like get quite like fun in it.
goes to
Tequila
your
Rose want to sponsor this podcast. That would actually be ideal.
no, look, because on Help I Sex My Boss, we drink gin and Debonnaire, and they've not sponsored us in like 8 years. And it was the late Queen's favourite drink, so good luck.
Of course it was. I'm going to ask you quick fire questions.
Go for it.
Right. Best club experience?
Honestly, I don't go mad, but so when I went to Leeds when I was like 18,
Yeah.
me and my mates went, and we was like going to Leeds, and there was a church called Halo.
Right.
Yeah, and there's an old church, but I couldn't get in Halo, and I was absolutely gutted because I was too pissed. I'd actually fell over and scarred on, like, I'd had a big cut down the side of my
Bloody
face.
hell.
So they let us in. What was the club called? It wasn't Liquid. It was...
I don't know, Leeds.
It was Oceana.
Oceana. They used to have
Leeds.
phone parties in it.
And it was like 5 stories high.
Yeah,
And
brilliant.
I was 18 years old, and I was like, oh my God, this is the best fucking thing ever. They had an indie floor, they
Yeah.
had a cheesy pop floor, and I was like, Oceana, Leeds. We got in there about midnight, and we stayed till like 3, 4 in the morning. And I just remember at the time being like, we've got to come it, lads.
Yeah,
Lads, we've got to
every
come here
weeknight.
every weekend. So it's probably not, just remember it being the best night ever.
Wicked. What's the best festival experience?
Um,
Have you ever done Glastonbury?
yeah, probably Glastonbury.
Have you
I'd
done
say.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, you did it with the radio, didn't you?
I did it with radio, and then I did it first time 2014. But yeah, probably Glastonbury.
Yeah.
But also, what else did I really enjoy? There was another one. I used to enjoy V Festival.
I loved V.
Oh no, I love Glastonbury, but first time I went to Leeds,
Yeah.
2018.
Leeds Festival is sick.
I got headbutted by a lad in a Leeds Rhino shirt. I'll never forget it. Because I was pissed and I was trying to be funny. And you know, people used to shout stuff.
Alan!
Yeah,
All that,
Alan,
yeah.
or butt scratcher, all that. I thought I'd start one going, I dropped the screw in the tuna, and I was doing it for like an hour. And this guy just come up to me and nutted me. And I deserved it.
You'd obviously pissed him off that much, wind him right
And
up.
I was being a gobshite, and I was about 16, 17.
They banned fires, didn't they, in the Leeds one? Because
Yeah.
everyone just kept setting the tents on fire on the
Which
Sunday
probably
night.
was right thing to
Yeah,
do.
no, exactly.
I'd say Leeds Festival.
Yeah, that is good. Best DJ set you've ever seen?
Ariel Free. I'm going to say that. But I think we've got to say Calvin Harris
Yeah,
Esquire.
he knows how to put on a good show.
There's never... I love going to see you because honestly, you can tell how much you love it.
Yeah.
And I love how you get the crowd going as well. I think
Get
you
up.
at when Radio 1 did that dance weekend there, yours was the best set.
Oh,
Do you
at
remember?
Ibiza.
And you went mad at that guy because he took the Scottish flag off. Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Do you remember?
Yeah, he went mental. So these guys, bless them, had brought a Scottish flag and like
they
signed it all, like
Yeah.
and they wanted me to have it, and they gave it to me on stage, and he went mad. He's
And
like,
Ariel
no.
put it on stage.
I
and then
grabbed it off him. I like went tearing after him, and I was like,
you
went
went
mental
for
at
him
him.
after. But yeah, I'm gonna say she full on
I
went
went
Ariel Free on him.
full on Scottish.
But Calvin Harris at Ushuaia.
Do you know what? There's something about Calvin's music that's so good. So like, I took George's dad. He was like, when I was playing with Calvin, actually, it was the first time I'd done the support slot for his Ushuaia show. And it was such a big deal and I was so excited. And George's dad was like, oh, I'm in Ibiza. And I was like, brilliant, come to Ushuaia. And I was thinking, he's not going to like this. Like, it's not his cup of tea. And he was there and you watch the show. He's like, bloody hell, I know this one. Oh, and I know this one
great.
too. And it's just like the show that he puts on. Like, I think at one point he had like this rainbow like confetti kind of laser thing going on. Also, he's got this confetti when he fires out the confetti. So he has the pyro, like the big flames come up. And then he fires confetti through the flames. And I was like, how the fuck does that not burn? Like, why does that not go up in flames? And the whole of summer, I was like, I need to ask like one of his production team, like, how the fuck? I'm like, my mind is blown that this like glitter confetti is not going up in flames through the flames. And I just went up to his production. I was like, how does that not go up on fire? And he just went, it's just fireproof.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's just fireproof confetti.
That was the first time we went. Vic sorted us out. Or was
Yeah.
Yeah, with Ticket. And it was just... Because we grew up with a guy like... I remember that first album that come out. What was
And
it?
he plays all the bangers and he changes up the set like pretty much every week. He'll always do something different. So one week you'll get like your old school. Like I don't think he does girls anymore. Or I don't think he does Acceptable in the 80s either. But he does like bang out the old classics that you forget about.
He's got so many great fucking tunes that you forget about.
Yeah, 20 years of bangers.
Yeah, exactly. And then and then the next day when Vic texted us, was like, oh, do you want to come on the boat? We had him. I was like, right, hang on here. I've just seen a guy that I grew up listening to. I got in to see his show and now you want me to come on his boat? And I was like...
And then my mate Ariel's going to shit herself.
And Ariel nearly shit herself on it. And I was just like, this is not happening. and it was... But moments like that where I have to proper pinch myself. I'm like, I'm so lucky. I am so lucky.
Best band you ever seen live?
Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where?
No.
Don't say Cortinas.
Oh,
Do not say Cortinas.
Oh, I love a Corti. Right, I'm going to say Arctic Monkeys. I've seen them last year.
When they did Reading and Leeds?
No, was it at the Emirates? And
I didn't go to that.
And I hate to be... I'd got a bit... I wasn't that into the last two albums.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of Arctic Monkeys fans fighting with each other and being like, oh, just because you want to wear buckets out and drink dark fruits and talk about them in Sheffield. I was like, no, it's not that. And I played Glitter Ball on the radio and it didn't really... But then when I went to see it live...
You liked it?
Loved it. I fell back in love with him.
I saw them last year when they headlined Reading. And I was like, I have to see them. And I had another gig and I did the gig and then I drove to Reading just so I could catch them. And like I'd asked for a really early set just so I could see them. And it was such a bizarre experience because there was all these like young 15-year-olds in front of me and there's all these girls going, oh my God, Alex sounds so fit. He's so fit. And I'm thinking, God, that was me like 10 years ago. Like, I was just so upset that I wasn't that young. It's like me and my mates used to go to Reading every year to see them and just be like, Alex Turner's so fit. Because he went out with Ariel Vanderberg and he went at the O2, they did a gig and in between the songs he kept going, Ariel. And me and my mate could not fucking believe it. So we were like pretending it was me because I literally love it. I saw him in the street once and I did, you know that meme that you see of like Homer Simpson that like crawls in the bush? So I just stopped. I literally like stopped like the biggest creep and was just like that, and he's just like walking towards me and then I didn't know what to do and then I just like basically backed into it because I didn't know what
I did the same at Radio 1.
I took a really creepy picture of the back of his head.
I did the same. It was Jack Saunders was interviewing him in studio next to me and everyone was like, go in and say hello. I was like, yeah, and I walked out and I walked back in the studio. I said, I can't. I did the same with Liam Gallagher as well.
Did you? I got kicked out of the studio by Liam Gallagher once.
Did you?
He came in to do an interview with Zane Lowe. It was when I was still like demoing for Radio 1, so I didn't have the job yet. And it was when he was doing his solo stuff and Zane was still there. And he just came bouncing in with his like PR. And he's like, he was not like gnawing on a toggle of his like fucking parka jacket. He's like, yeah, right. And I was like, hey, he's like, I think we're in the studio. And I was like, right, okay, bye. Like this. And I was like, right. Literally like, he's like really fucking pissed off and aggy. And I was like, great. But that best band, Arctic Monkeys?
Arctic Monkeys,
okay, we'll take that as fun. Best gig venue?
I'd probably say Wembley.
Yeah?
I think...
It is good seeing a proper big show there.
It's good seeing a proper show there. You know, you know as well, there's something about Wembley if an act gets to Wembley, because even like Bruce Springsteen and stuff, and they know how special Wembley is.
Yeah.
Because I think Queen maybe made it iconic in the 80s.
Do you reckon?
I don't know, maybe before that, but Live Aid.
I saw
Queen.
Foo Fighters there, and that was one of the best Foo Fighters gigs I ever saw.
Yeah, so something about it, and now I know it sounds very corporate, but we do Capital Summertime Ball there.
Yeah.
And it's like getting 80,000 fans in the stadium
Same,
and
yeah.
then me hosting it as well.
Sick.
It's like, so I'd say there's something about Wembley and it's really good.
Harry Styles at Wembley Stadium was one of my top favorites.
See?
Brilliant gig.
Yeah.
But the screams as well, like the screams just like for Harry are mad, aren't they?
It's iconic, Wembley, for the football, but as I think like artists across the world know, if you've
Yeah.
sold out Wembley,
You've done
it. Yeah.
Best person to go dancing with?
Oh, I'm not, probably you actually. And I'm not just saying that. You always get me up because I'm not the biggest dancer.
No, you're not. And I think I remember my favourite thing from the pool party after the wedding was like, you just got there.
Bollock naked in there?
And that was, as I say, you got in, and my mum at one point was just mounting you in the pool with you with your boxers on because you didn't even bring your swimming shorts, and it was within like 10 minutes of you getting there. She's like, Jordan,
And
get
I'm in the pool with your mum. Yeah, you're definitely the best person to dance with. Yeah, definitely.
I do like people having a good time, she says.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say that.
I had to have a leg operation recently, and they were like, so you just had to take it easy for like the next 2 weeks. And I went straight to a gig and was like bouncing the decks. My friend was like, I thought you were meant to be like taking it easy. Jordan North, that's been your party starters.
Oh, that's been so good.
Loved it.
I've enjoyed that. Was it as bland and as boring as you thought?
No, not at all. You just are very set in your ways.
Very, very much so.
Like if you ever get married, I know what your wedding's going to be like.
Oh, you know exactly what it's going to be like. But I'm so like, yeah, it's the same now. If someone has a party and it's in the week, I'm like, who has a party on a Wednesday night?
No, I'm actually a bit like that now. I'm just like,
I want to go home and
I choose my battles.
But if for everybody listening, this girl is the best person to party with. I am telling you that now. She is fantastic.
Thanks, Jordan. Love you, mate.